Next is Amy Calvert. So Amy was born in Stoke-on-Trent, and her degree in Children and Youth Studies was from Staffordshire University. She will be talking about her involvement in a local amateur dramatics group.
Thank you. I have two favourite musicals, The Sound of Music and Annie Get Me Going. And I remember being at my granddad's house, and he took me up every night with a glass of plantain lemonade, Jaffa cakes and The Sound of Music. I think I was about 14 before I realised there was an end to that film. But there's two songs I like, one out of each, which really impacted my life. In The Sound of Music, it's I Have Confidence. If you don't know it, YouTube it, look it up, brilliant. And the other one is There's No Business Like Show Business, from Annie Get Me Going. This is what I want to talk about. I'm part of an amateur dramatics group, Malcott Players, if you've heard of it. But we do pantomimes, shows, comedy plays, murder mysteries, and we also do fundraising for cancer research. But the main thing that I look upon when I look back over my time is the friendships that I've made in that group. I had a tough time when I was at school. I loved it. Looking back, there were some ace moments, but there were times when I didn't feel like I fit in, like I wasn't accepted. But as soon as I walked into that group the first time, I felt welcomed. There's a quote, my favourite quote ever, and don't laugh at this, but it's Winnie the Pooh, and Piglet said, how do you spell love? And Pooh just looked at him and went, well, you don't spell it, you feel it. And that's how I felt, and that's how I felt for 10 years with the group. The first show I ever did was pantomime. We did Robin Hood and Babes in the Wood. And the director pulled me to one side and they said, look, we couldn't find anything to rhyme in this fairy speech, so we've had to put in a bunny named Bill. No, you don't have to say anything, but will you dress up as this bunny? I said, oh yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Nobody mentioned dancing when they asked me. I ended up on the stage here, with a fairy next to me, loads of dressed up woodland creatures, in a boiling bunny outfit, doing ballet. Never done ballet before in my life, and I don't think I've done it since. And there was a point where the fairy let the creatures off, and I had to run off after them, but stop, shake my bottom at the audience, and then laugh and run off. And I just fell in love with being on the stage. There's also a time when I've been able to bring who I am into it. There was a play that somebody wrote, I think it was someone in our group, where there was a pantomime going wrong, Jack and the Beanstalk, and I turned up as the giant. And I loved it. There's a quote that says, if you love art in yourself, but not yourself in art, to keep yourself grounded and love what you're doing. I think it gives you also the ability to see into the minds of other people. Shakespeare said that all of the world is a stage. It gives you a chance to think, to understand why people think the way they do, act and react in the ways. I mentioned that I did murder mysteries over at the museum, and last time it was 1920s, Flappard Girls, brilliant. And I was a lady called Dolores, and me and my brother were, brother in it, were part of one gang and there was another gang, and I was able to experience that power that I've not experienced before, and now I understand why people higher up like the power, because I had the ride of it that evening, getting into that character. And the time before that was completely different again. I was a lady called Wanda, and I had a lot of anger and insecurity, and it really helps you to understand life situations that people are in. We also did a production of Oh What a Lovely War, which was very interesting because I didn't know that much about what happened during the war. But standing on that stage, on the stairs over at the museum, and looking across and talking to somebody like people during the war would have talked to each other, really helped me to understand, and portraying that to other people who might have had even less understanding than I did, really loved. It was really quite powerful to me. I'm just going to finish with a quote from William Defoe, and he said, great theatre is about challenging how we think and encouraging us to fantasise about a world that we aspire to, and that's why I love it.